Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Easy Maths. So I have come up here with the second video on basics of trigonometry. So I call it trigonometry part 2. Now let me tell you in the beginning, those who have no idea about trigonometry, that is you have zero idea about trigonometry, I think you should first view the first video which I have made on trigonometry, that was trigonometry part 1. Then if you see this video, it will be easier for you. Otherwise you will not understand anything in this video. Okay, so let's move on with this video. Now in this video I'll be talking about something more. So in the first video we learned about the different trigonometrical ratios. So I'll just write in short what we learned in the first video. In this right angled triangle ABC, we considered the angle C as theta. So we learned that sin theta equals to AB by AC, cos theta equals to BC by AC, tan theta equals to AB by BC, cosec theta equals to AC by AB, sec theta equals to AC by BC, and cot theta equals to BC by AB. So we learned this in the form of the definition of the 6 ratios. Now we also learnt in the first video that sin theta equals to 1 by cosec theta. This is an identity, or rather I should say this is a trigonometric identity. Cos theta equals to 1 by sec theta, and tan theta equals to 1 by cot theta. So these are the things which we learnt in my first tutorial video. So we will move on with something else now. Now I am erasing this part because as of now this won't be necessary. Now let's see an interesting result. Sin theta by cos theta. Let's do sin theta by cos theta and see what comes out. Sin theta equals to AB by AC. So in place of sin theta I have written AB by AC, and cos theta equals to BC by AC. In place of cos theta I have written BC by AC. Now if we do this, if we simplify this fraction, it comes out to be AB by AC into AC by BC. Now we see that this lengths or the magnitudes of these lengths AC and AC can cancel out, and we are left with AB by BC. Now if you see, AB by BC is actually tan theta. So in place of AB by BC, I can write tan theta. Okay, so sin theta by cos theta is equal to tan theta. I am writing it again. Sin theta by cos theta equals to tan theta. So this is another identity which all of you must remember. Now we also learnt in the first video that 1 by tan theta equals to cot theta. So in place of tan theta, here again I am showing sin theta by cos theta equals to tan theta. Now in place of tan theta I can write 1 by cot theta, right? Okay, so this implies that cot theta equals to if 1 by cot theta is sin theta by cos theta, then cot theta will be equal to the reciprocal of this, that is cos theta by sin theta. So all of us must remember this identity as well. Cot theta equals to cos theta by sin theta. So we have learnt two new identities here. Sin theta by cos theta equals to tan theta, and cos theta by sin theta equals to cot theta. Please note these things down. Okay, so let's move on with some other identities which are very important. Now we will be using the Pythagoras theorem once again. You see, in this right angled triangle ABC, AB squared plus BC squared equals AC squared. This is according to the Pythagoras theorem, because ABC is a right angled triangle, right angled at B. Now let us divide this entire identity by AC squared, that is AB squared plus BC squared by AC squared. So we divide this part by AC squared. So naturally we also have to divide this part by AC squared, right? So this gives us AB squared by AC squared plus BC squared by AC squared. That equals to AC squared by AC squared, which is 1. We divide a value by the same value, that gives us 1. Now this can be written as AB by AC whole squared plus this can be written as BC by AC whole squared. That equals to 1, right? Now we see AB by AC. So here it is AB by AC. So AB by AC, which is opposite by hypotenuse, that is sin theta whole squared, plus we have BC by AC. So BC by AC, that is adjacent by hypotenuse, that is cos theta whole squared. That equals to 1. Okay, so we write here sin squared theta plus cos squared theta equals to 1. Now those of you who are very new to trigonometry, you might be wondering, sin theta whole squared, why have I written it as sin square theta? One thing should be noted here. Sin theta whole squared, now I have already told you and you have already learnt it, that sin theta is actually a ratio. So the actual ratio is sine, which is working on theta. So when we do sin theta whole squared, some of you might think that it might be sin theta square. This is actually wrong, because theta is the angle here. We are not squaring the angle, we are squaring the ratio, which is sine. So sin theta whole squared is written as sin square theta. Is it clear to you? I hope it's clear to you. So similarly we can have sin theta whole cubed, or any power over here, that would be sin cube theta. Always remember, we are not doing anything with the angle remains the same. The power is applied on the ratio, the index here is applied on the ratio. But one thing, this also has to be kept in mind. Those of you who have learnt laws of indices, or those of you who have done that chapter, for them this is a noticeable point. Cosec theta equals to 1 by sin theta. This is something which we have already learnt in our first tutorial video. So this can be written as sin theta whole to the power minus 1. This is from the laws of indices. That is cosec theta can be written as sine theta to the power minus 1, but if we try to write it as sine to the power minus 1 theta, this is not allowed. Only in case of minus 1 this won't be allowed, because sine to the power minus 1 theta has another meaning called sine inverse theta. This is something which we will learn in higher classes. So this is an exception with the power. So if we have to write sine theta to the power minus 1, we have to write like this only, no other way. Okay, so up to this I hope it's clear. We will move on to another identity now. Now I again start with the same statement or the same identity or equation, whatever you call it, of Pythagoras theorem. Now, so previously I divided this entire identity by AC square. Now let's divide it with say BC squared. So AB squared plus BC squared, we divide the whole thing by BC squared, that equals to AC squared by BC squared, right? Implies that this would be AB squared by BC squared plus BC squared by BC squared, that equals to AC squared by BC squared. Okay, this implies AB by BC whole square plus, again we have here BC square by BC square, which is nothing but 1, that equals to, we have AC squared by BC square, that can be written as AC by BC whole square. Now let's try to recall which trigonometrical ratio is this from the point of view of this triangle. Now AB by BC, now AB by BC, if you look at theta, AB is the opposite of theta and BC is adjacent to theta, so it is AB by BC means opposite by adjacent, so that is tan theta. Now so we get tan theta whole square plus 1, this 1 I have written here, and we have AC by BC. Now AC by BC is hypotenuse by adjacent, that is nothing but sec theta. So we can write tan square theta plus 1, that equals to sec square theta. So this is another identity which is also very, very important. So there are few identities which we are learning in this video. I move on to the next one. At any point of time you can pause the video and take a screenshot and you can note it down. Now let's move on to the next part. We again start with the same identity of Pythagoras theorem. Now this time we divide the entire thing by AB square. So AB squared plus BC square, I divide by AB square, that gives sorry, my bad, it should be AC squared by AB square. That is, we have AB square by AB square, so here we have AB square by AB square, that is 1, and here it is BC square by AB square, that is BC by AB whole square, that is equal to AC squared by AB square, that is AC by AB whole square, right? So we have 1 plus, now BC by AB, so again we have to see the same thing. BC by AB is adjacent by opposite, that is cot theta. So 1 plus cot theta whole square equals to AC by AB, that is hypotenuse by opposite, that is cosec theta. So it is cosec theta whole square. So we can write 1 plus cot squared theta equals to cosec square theta. This is again an important identity, right? So from the beginning of this video, the first thing or the first identity which we learned was, I'm writing it here, tan theta equals sin theta by cos theta, and naturally cot theta equals cos theta by sin theta. This is just the reciprocal of this. The next identity which we learned was sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. The next one, tan square theta plus 1 equals sec square theta. And the next, which is this one, cot square theta plus 1 equals cosec square theta. So these are the very important identities of trigonometry. Now I would like to show you some numerical problems. You see, I have erased a part of the board, but I have kept these identities which I wrote. Now this will be required when I do these sums, but I would suggest you to learn these identities properly, and when you solve your exercises, then please don't look at them. So it's better to learn them first and then apply it. But to make this video simpler for you, I've kept them in front of you. So I have got some sums here, like the first one. This is one example. If sin A equals 2 by 5, find cos A and cot A. Well, this is a very easy sum. Let's see. Solution. It is given that sin A equals to 2 by 5. Now sin A is equal to 2 by 5. That is what is given in the question. You have to first find the value of cos A. Now we have sin and cos related with this identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. Instead of theta, here A is given, angle A. So it is the same thing actually. So to get the value of cos A, let's first square both sides. That is sin A whole squared equals 2 by 5 whole square. Now why are we squaring both sides? Because we need a square to get this cos square, and finally from that cos square we will get cos. So this is actually sin square A. That equals, now it is 2 by 5 whole square. So it is, let's do it, it is 4 by 25. Implies that from this formula sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1, we can see that if we keep only sin square theta on this side, that is 1 minus cos square theta. That is, I am writing it here, sin square A is actually equals to 1 minus cos square A. Why? Because sin square A plus cos square A equals to 1. I have brought that cos square A, I have transferred it to the other side. So sin square A equals to 1 minus cos square A. So here in place of sin square A, I can write 1 minus cos square A. Why did I do? To bring the cos, because I am trying to find the value of cos A. So that is 4 by 25. Now this is like the equation sums which you have done in lower classes. Okay. So cos square A equals 1 minus 4 by 25. That would be 21 by 25. You know, I have done it mentally. If you have troubles in doing it mentally, please use a rough column to do this. This would be 21 by 25. So cos square A equals to 21 by 25. That implies cos A equals to root over of 21 by 25. Now the numerator is not a perfect square, so we have to keep it as it is, root 21, and here we have 25, so square root of 25, that would be 5. So we have found the value of cos A, which is root over of 21 by 5. So that is cos A over here. We are left with another part. We have to find the value of cot A. Now let's try to do that. See, we got sin A equals 2 by 5, which is given, and we just found out that cos A equals root over of 21 by 5. We have to find out cot A. We will use this identity, cot theta equals to cos theta by sin theta. So here we will write cot A equals cos A by sin A. In place of theta, we are using A over here. So that is, now cos A is root 21 by 5 and sin A is 2 by 5. So if we do the simplification, it comes out to be root 21 by 2. So the value of cot A is root 21 by 2. So we found both cos A, that was root 21 by 5, and cot A is root 21 by 2. So you just see, it is just the juggling and shuffling of these identities which you have to keep in mind. In the beginning it might seem a bit confusing, but you just go on practicing the sounds. It's nothing. Okay, it's very easy. So I will just move on to another numerical problem. Okay, so here we have another one. This is second one. If cot theta equals x by y, show that x cos theta minus y sin theta by x cos theta plus y sin theta equals x squared minus y squared by x squared plus y squared. This is what we have to do. Don't be confused, don't be afraid. Okay, so if we solve any sum, trying to think it in a simple way and going in a very easy process, then all sums become very easy. So let's see. Let me assure you, this is a very easy sum. So the solution, it is given that cot theta equals to x by y. So you must keep in mind that the value of cot theta is given. So when something is given, what you have to prove, you have to try to bring that something here, that is which is given, somehow you have to bring it here. Now let's see. This is the left hand side, which is x cos theta minus y sin theta by x cos theta plus y sin theta. This is the left hand side and this is the right hand side. So we write left hand side equals to, we have to prove that the left hand side or LHS equals to the right hand side, which is the RHS. So left hand side is x cos theta minus y sin theta by x cos theta plus y sin theta. Okay, now this we have to prove that this equals this. We are provided with the value of cot theta. Now what we do is, cos theta appears here and sin theta appears here, both in the numerator and the denominator. But we don't know the value of cos theta and sin theta. So this can be done in a very simple way. Let me write it a bit below. Now let's see. What we do is we divide both the numerator and the denominator by sin theta. Let's do that. So it is x cos theta minus y sin theta by sin theta. You might be wondering why I did it. I'll just explain that. X cos theta plus y sin theta by sin theta. Okay? We can divide a fraction by the same number in the numerator and the denominator so that the value of the fraction is not changed. So that's what we have done here. Now why did we choose sin theta and why did we divide? That is because, see here, I just observed this. You have to be, an observing person to do this kind of sums. So that will develop over, lots of practice. If you practice a lot, you will develop it. There's nothing to worry about. See, I just observed, if I divide cos theta by sin theta, we get cot theta. So cos theta by sin theta will give you cot theta. So that is one observation. And here, since we are dividing the whole thing by sin theta, so sin theta will also be divided by sin theta, and sin theta by sin theta is 1. So there is no problem over there. So sin theta by sin theta will give you 1, and cos theta by sin theta will give you cot theta. So this is a pretty simple one now. X cos theta by sin theta minus y sin theta by sin theta. That is, so we look at this first part, x cos theta by sin theta, that is x into cos theta by sin theta, that is, if you look here, cot theta, minus y sin theta by sin theta, that is 1, so that is y into 1. Similarly, it happens in the denominator, x into cos theta by sin theta, that is x into cot theta, plus y into sin theta by sin theta, that is 1. So what we get is x cot theta minus 1 by x cot theta plus y. I'm sorry if I have said 1 here. It is x cot theta minus y by x cot theta plus y. Now let's do it here. I'm continuing from here to here. So as I told you in the beginning of the sum, somehow we have to bring cot theta. See, we have brought cot theta. Now it becomes easy. Now, so x into, now cot theta is x by y minus y by x into x by y plus y. Okay. Now if you do this simplification, you will get y as the denominator and x squared minus y squared. For this you have to know how to deal with subtraction or addition of algebraic fractions. Okay. And here we get x squared plus y squared by y, and that is nothing but, see, x square minus y square by y and x square plus y square by y. So this y and y appears in both the denominators, so they cancel out and we are left with x square minus y square by x square plus y square, which is the right hand side. Okay, I think this is pretty clear to you. Now still if you are thinking that, oh my god, what a thing it is, okay, I will just request you, just give it a try. Learn the identities properly. In the beginning you might have a look and then do it, but your target should be to do the sums without looking at the identities. Let me tell you, it's a pretty easy thing. Practice more sums from the books, whichever book you have, or you might be from ICSE board or CBSE board, whatever it is. practice the sums, okay, and learn the identities properly. The main intention is to apply the identities correctly in the correct place, okay. This is a very easy thing. Okay, with that we come to the end of this video, that is basics of trigonometry, the second part. We have more such things on trigonometry, like the values of standard angles and the values of the values of complementary angles. We have identities on complementary angles. I will cover that part in some other video. Again, as I say every time, if you like this video, do press the like button, share it with anyone you think who is relatable, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel Easy Maths, and of course press the notification for further updates. Thank you so much.